Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video, hi, I'm Alaina, and this is The Organized Money, where we talk about budgeting, saving, getting out of debt, and multiple streams of income. Today's video is going to be a budget with me. We are budgeting the week of April 21st. This one is going to be a little bit different because I have already written out my preliminary numbers here, but we got paid today and the numbers are totally different from what I thought we was going to get. So I wrote out all of the expenses that I was expecting, and I usually base our budget off of $17.50, but we actually got paid $14.85. So I wanted to set up the entire budget to show you what it will look like when I get paid less and my process. So the very first thing that I'm doing is opening up to my April 2020 calendar. I have a calendar view, and then I also have a little scratch sheet here where I kind of jot down all of the weeks and what I am expecting to happen that week. So I'm just gonna pull this out so that I can flip to my weekly view and add in the numbers here. So one thing to note is me and my husband are on variable income, which means that we are both self-employed. I'm an accountant, and I also do YouTube, and I have an Etsy shop. I do a bunch of different things, and my husband is in marketing. So we have clients, and that means our income is variable, and it changes, from week to week. We can't expect the exact same amount. And so that's why I do a budget based on like a set amount that I think is lower, but it's usually like our average amount. But this week we actually ended up getting paid less than that. So usually our budget is based off of $17.50, and that's what I'm going to write down in the preliminary column here, like the projected amount, because I like to keep track of what I thought I was going to pay and then what actually happened. So then that way I kind of know what I need to roll over to the next week. So this is what I thought I was going to be able to do. So I'm just going to write all of this down and put it here. And once again, this is based off of the $17.50. So whenever I'm doing this process, I do have a certain order to how I lay out my budget. The very first area that I like to do is our giving and our savings. So as you can see, our tithe and our offering is like the top of every budget. That's because that's the very first thing that we pay and that we cover. And then the next thing that we do is our savings, because we like to save any amount. It doesn't matter how small it is. I like to save something toward it. And then we usually go into the order of the essentials, which are our mortgage, our car note, our food, and utilities. So as you can see, I put car note here, and then I made a mistake and forgot to put food. So you see I have pool there, but food is usually next, and I don't have to cover our mortgage or any utilities with this particular check, so that's why you don't see it there. So usually after I cover our essentials, I will go into subscriptions. These are all the things that come out of our account automatically. And then we will go into our debt and sinking funds. So as you can see, I have credit card payment because I try to put something on a credit card every single week, and our sinking funds, which includes my daughter's birthday. I'm going to see if I can pull that out of this particular check instead of pulling it out of our sinking funds. So that will be the complete setup for this week. So this is what I thought I was going to be able to do. And as you can see, we have our tithe, offering, savings, my car note, pool, food expense, Hulu, which is a subscription, our credit card, sinking funds, birthday, restaurants, and bills. And this is basically put in the order that I want to accomplish those things. So I can tell you right now that I already know I'm gonna probably end up taking the difference from credit card and sinking funds and leaving everything else as is. This line right here is our bill account, and that's just because I like to have a little bit of money left in the account and not bring it down all the way to zero. So once I get paid, I usually write in red so that I can know that is exactly what has happened. And this week, like I said, it ended up being $14.85. So I'm going to keep most of my numbers the same, except when we get down here, I usually pull the difference between credit card and sinking funds. Try my best not to touch the top lines here of our tithe, our offerings, our savings, even our car note, because those are our essentials. So my house, my mortgage, my car note, my utilities, and food, I usually don't touch those expenses either. I try and keep those the same every single time we get paid, because those are considered my essentials and things that I do not like to pull from. So I'm going to leave the credit card line blank and the sinking funds line blank and move on to the birthday, because my daughter's birthday is May 6th, and I am planning on having a little celebration at the house. I did get some decorations. I'm probably not going to need this entire amount of $100, but I just want to have it there just in case we do need it. And I am going to still add the $50 for food, because it will be her birthday party, and even though it's just us four, we might end up getting something for us. Now I'm going to back into what this number, what's the difference that I need to add here. So let's add this up. So it's $11.50 minus the $14.85, and that's $335. So I'm probably going to add $100 to sinking funds and then do $235. To my credit card. So now let's add it all up and make sure that it equals the $14.85. And it is $14.85. So I'm going to glance back really quick at the calendar just to make sure I am not missing anything that is due or coming up this month. And I don't see anything on here because I just have Hulu and the pool. I'm gonna pop this page back in. Pop this page back in and there's nothing else there. So I think we're good here. And like I said, you know, I just adjust. Normally it's from the credit card line and the sinking funds line. The great thing about our budget is we do have a lot of wiggle room because, as I was telling you guys, I try and keep our expenses under a certain level because we have variable income. Because we have variable income, we are pretty strict on our expenses. We like to keep our income as high as possible and our expenses as low as possible. And that's one of the big reasons why we are trying to get out of debt. So as of right now, this is $14.85 and $14.85. As I pay different things, I will check them off here, and I'm probably going to add in an expense tracker on this week also. Whenever my income is much less than what I thought it was going to be, I usually will pop in an expense tracker to keep track of all of the debit card swipes or anything that we are doing. Don't expect to be doing much this week. Might be doing a couple of things for my daughter's birthday, but other than that, I'm not going to really be doing anything else because we're inside all day. That's the one thing about this quarantine. We have saved so much money and been cooking probably the most than we've ever done in our lives because we can't leave the house. So it's kind of working for us in the financial area. So that's going to be it for the budget with me. I just wanted to show you what it looks like when we do not get as much as we think we're going to get for a payday. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have any additional questions, make sure that you leave them in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Until next time, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye, guys.